Thanks for joining me this afternoon my time. I'm in David Chisholm in Maryland, just north of Washington, D.C. Give you guys a few moments to pop in. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I see a lot of people popping in now. That's great. Just real quick, give me a quick update of where you guys are at around the world. 6+. All right. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward review about the 6S, 6S Plus, my experience with them as well. Virginia Beach, welcome. Not too far from me. Clarksburg, very close. All right. So I'm curious if you guys have already upgraded to the 6S, if you guys are going to wait. Maybe you can answer me that question too, and I'll jump in and get started with my review. Adam, thanks for popping in. TAM93, good. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get started in just a moment. Appreciate the hearts. If you like this post, go ahead and do that. And if you can also share it, if you feel it's helpful after this, you can share that on Twitter, and it'll continue to spread. All right, thank you. Beastmaster84, thanks for joining. So let me know if you guys have already upgraded, if you plan to upgrade this fall, and which phone you're going to get. I pre-ordered a couple phones. Actually went down to the 6S this time around. So I'll jump in and share. This will be a real short post. Really, the benefit of the 6 Plus is and the 6S. So last year I went ahead and got the big screen, the 5.5, the 6 Plus. Really enjoyed it. Used it for the whole year. Yeah, I just want to hear the discussion. Got it. So most of the clients I work with all use iPhones for business, and only a couple use the Androids. Androids are fantastic phones, but in terms of the business apps that they're using, again, almost everyone's on an Apple product, the iPhone. And so this post was really for those guys who are looking at upgrading for their crews, because I work with a lot of contractors. But yeah, for the sake of this discussion, 6S, 6S Plus. So again, I had the 5.5 inch, the 6 Plus last year, used it the last 12 months and really enjoyed it. And then this time around, I decided to go back to the 6S, or the newest 6S, which is the smaller screen, the 4.5 or 4.7 screen. So the reason for that, for me, this is just for me, was strictly because of the screen size. I kind of preferred, or at least wanted to try what I thought of the 4.7. I had the 5S before that, which was the 4 inch. Then took a big jump up to the 6 Plus. So I went from that 4 inch screen up to the 5.5. And the benefit of the Plus was the fact that I didn't really need to use the iPad as much, or the iPad Mini, which I have both of those. And I found myself gravitating towards the 6 Plus. And so it just really was a nice device. So for this next year, I'm trying the 6S. Again, mainly because of not only the screen size, but I'm a kind of a one-handed user. I've been doing this, ever since I had a smartphone, which was going back to the early 2000 period. I've always liked to use one hand. I don't know about you guys. You tell me what you think, but I like using one hand, especially if I'm holding one of my kids. I've got a newborn right now, and I'll use my phone in one hand and holding her in the other hand, and like to text and to browse using one hand. So that's one of the key benefits I see to the 6S, is just one-handed use. That's it. Besides that, I'm going to say that the 6 Plus is probably the way to go for most people out in the field, people that are away from their desk and don't have the ability to charge their phones very often. The one thing I'm noticing, I've only had my phone again for 3 days, I got it on Friday, is by 12 o'clock, 12:30, my phone was about 40% left on the battery life. Not very good. The 6 Plus would last me, I would unplug it sometimes around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. It would definitely get me to the end of the day, 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. No problems at all. But I'm noticing with the 6S, I unplugged it this morning at 6, and by 12:30, 40% left. Basic use, not traveling around, mostly on Wi-Fi. And so, again, so the 6 Plus is fantastic for battery life. The 6S Plus, which I haven't had to fiddle with yet, I'm sure it's going to be identical, if not better, than what I had, the 6 Plus. Because even though the battery size is a little bit smaller with the new upgrade that they have, the iOS 9, they've found ways to consolidate space and use less of, well, even with the new 6S and the 6S Plus, both of them have the 2 megabytes of RAM, so that's going to help speed up performance without messing around with the battery life too. So again, contractors, anyone watching this who's a contractor or just a mobile salesperson bouncing around who doesn't have access to recharging their phone often, I think you'll be disappointed with the 6S. I'm going to keep it because I'm just ready for one-handed use again, and I'll probably find myself going back to the iPad mini again a little bit because of the bigger screen size. So for the texting, basic checking of email, some basic business apps, like I use Evernote quite a bit. I use several different apps that I'll explain more later. I like just the quick touch-ups on the S. For everyone else, I'm going to say the Plus is the way to go. Just from the battery life, the screen size, and also the fact that when you have the Plus, you don't need to use the iPads as much. You can get by with a lot of other the apps that are available. So that's it. I want to keep these things short. Hope it's helpful. Appreciate the shares. Appreciate the jumping on here today. We'll catch up soon with my next post. Thanks.